let's talk about some of the films that have been recently coming up at the box office. We already talked about Furiosa and other films that really haven't been hitting the mark as we thought they were going to. But there's some like movies that have been surprising. And one of those was The Strangers, which actually grossed a pretty good amount at the box office. Another one, which we actually were going to talk about and then we just missed the upload and all of that, came out earlier this month, is actually Arrow, which is another film that did surprisingly well at the box office. With a budget of $8 million, it's gone on to make over $37 million at the box office. So let's talk about this film, which is going to be on video on demand and streaming pretty soon, and its ending, and where do we go from here? Because a sequel undoubtedly on the way. Before we get any further into it, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you're hitting that notification bell. We're on the road to 35,000 subscribers. We're about 5,000 away, so long way, but ton of videos, ton of giveaways all summer, so stay tuned for that. But let's get into it. So 2024, like I said, has had some pretty interesting horror films, from The First Omen, Late Night with the Devil, Immaculate, and now we have Tarot, which came out earlier this month. This film had a very interesting premise. Apparently it was based upon a book that I had no idea, and it is a novel called Horoscope, which was actually the name the film currently had at the beginning. A group of friends named Haley, Grant, Paxton, Paige, Madeline, Lucas, and Elise, who rent a mansion for Elise's birthday. There's some tension going around. There has been a recent breakup, and they decide, you know what's the best way that we can distract ourselves? Let's get this weird tarot cards that we found in a strange box and read each other's horoscopes, right? That's the best way to get about, right? So they each go ahead and get their horoscopes read, and they decide to go forth, and Elise receives the High Priestess, Lucas gets the Hermit, Madeline gets the Hangman, Paige and Paxton get the Magician and the Fool, and then Haley reveals that Grant actually got the Devil card, and this leads to a whole fight because we see as there has been this tension between the two because of the recent breakup, and we finally see that Haley got the Death card. We then see as things start to happen because of all of this, and we see that there's some strange visions and noises going around, and we see as the first one to go is Elise, who gets killed by the High Priestess, bludgeoning to death with a ladder that is leading to the attic. So her death is considered an accident, and the others are shocked. Haley then reveals that the tarot reading. We then see as Lucas is later attacked by the Hermit at the train station, killed by a speeding train that was coming as he was attempting to flee. Haley then starts noticing that each death corresponds to the tarot reading and suspects that something's going on, but Grant doesn't really believe in all of this. But Haley does, because she actually began tarot reading right before her mother's death, and the tarot cards always revealed that she would die. They decide to visit Alma Astron, who is this occult and tarot reading expert, and she says that these belong to an astrologer in the late 18th century who served a baron and would predict the future for him. One day, the baron's pregnant wife would die in childbirth. That's what the astrologer said, and this came true. The baron got pissed off and ordered the men to kill the astrologer's daughter. The astrologer became enraged, and with grief, the astrologer decided to do a reading on the baron and his close friends, dooming them to death, and then killed herself, cursed to death, and anybody who used the cards as well. Alma then revealed that the cards are responsible for several tarot reading group massacres, including an incident in London that she actually survived. She urges the group to destroy the deck by fire, and they have to go back to the mansion because that's where the deck is. While driving there, they are attacked by the Hangman, who kills Madeline, and then we see as Paxton decides to leave, but then is stalked by the Fool, who corners him in an elevator. Haley, Grant, and Paige then go to the mansion and are unable to burn the cards and request Alma's assistance. We see as Alma is able to summon the astrologer, but then is killed by the Six of Swords. Paige accidentally then gets separated from Grant and Haley and is lured into the basement, where she is killed by the Magician. We then see as the Devil and Death come and take Grant and Haley, separating both of them, and we see as Haley gives the astrologer a reading with her own deck, giving her death. We then see as the deck is burned and Haley and Grant are able to reconcile, and they pretty much are going to get a second chance at their relationship. And then they see that Paxton actually survived, because just as he was being cornered, his roommate Todd open the elevator at the last second, which made the fool disappear. And that's pretty much the ending of Tarot right there. So yes, we will have Jacob Batalon returning, which is a great thing. I always love seeing Jacob Batalon getting some new roles and stuff like that. And I mean, does this mean there is going to be a second film? Well, could be. I mean, Paxton came back. That's kind of a thing right there. And like I said, the film made a ton of money from its like budget. 5x'd it. If you want to say 4x'd it, if you want to talk about the marketing and all that probably went into it. But the film still did pretty good and it was pretty popular. I assume they would want to make more if they have it in their resources. But I'm interested in the book as well because I didn't know that this was based on a book. But this was definitely one of those films and one that I wanted to talk about. But then a lot of stuff happened that week, May. We were busy and all of that. So I didn't get a chance to release it. And then I just got reminded because I saw I was releasing on video on demand and stuff. So I definitely wanted to get this video out and talk about the ending and all of that. But let me know what y'all think about this film. What do y'all think about the ending? Do you believe there could be a sequel? Did you enjoy the movie? I was very intrigued by the movie just because of the fact that the creature designs and everything was actually made from the creator who did Siren Head. So I thought that was pretty cool and I was very excited to see the creature designs and stuff, which I still think are pretty cool. Hopefully this could mean sometime in the future we might get a Siren Head film or TV show. I think that would definitely be something I would love to watch. So let me know what you think about that and Siren Head. And Siren Head is a video we've done in the past before, but I do want to redo it because I don't think it came out as good as I wanted to. So very excited about that. But anyways, this weekend there is In a Vile Nature coming out. We have a review for that. We have our videos on Furiosa, the flop that happened at the box office with it. Hopefully word of mouth this weekend has it pick up. It's a slower weekend, so maybe more people will go watch it. But Planet of the Apes is one of the films that I just recently watched again, and I'm very excited to talk about it as well. So stay tuned because what does the future hold here? We'll talk about that for that. But let me know what you think about Tarot and its sequel. Could it be something you want to watch, or is it something that's best left just left? Anyways, see all of you next time. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 35,000 subscribers. We're about 5,000 away, so long way, but ton of videos, ton of giveaways all summer. So stay tuned for that. As always, I'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.